Morning freaks, Monday morning, another week on the grind. Let's get it, baby. Now, I tried to record yesterday, but it didn't really go as planned. Morning legends, feeling good today, feeling better actually. The lungs have really cleared out, so I thought I'd bust up the cobwebs, get this run done in an hour. I didn't really want to go any much longer than that, so smash it out. Hopefully you guys are all smashing your long runs. Let me know in the comments below what long run you actually did today. I'm really keen to hear how much better you guys are and how much longer you guys are going than me right now. Let me know. So it was going great until it wasn't, because after that point, my voice basically just decided to not work. So aborted that day, but let me know anyway what your long run was. Today is a Q&A day, so let's get around these questions. Let's do it! And if you haven't subscribed, then subscribe, because we're literally like 30 subs away from 5,000 subscribers, which is absolutely insane. Hopefully we can do it. Hopefully we can do it in the next couple of days, because once we get there, we're going to do a special, super special giveaway of a couple of hats to someone. I don't really know how I'm going to figure out who to give it away to, but we're going to do that. But we'll deal with that when we get there. See you guys a bit later in the day. Let's go. Okay, time for some questions and answers. Question number one, what should I do on my rest days to maximize my recovery? Well, it depends how much time you have. You see, if you had the entire day to only focus on recovering, then you would just lie in bed all day long, essentially. But if you don't have that time, what you can do is sleep in as much as you can. Maybe get an extra half an hour to an hour of sleep, like I did this morning on my rest day today. The next thing you can do is to start doing some mobility and some stretches and maybe some accessory movements. That's another way to maximize your recovery. Now, if you're super fit and you're used to training all the time, another way to rapidly increase your recovery time is to actually do an active recovery, whether that's a bit of cross training, really light, easy cross training, whether that's actually going for a little mini run that is really, really slow, just to freshen the body up. There's a lot of options that you have. There's a lot of different options that you can utilize. Okay, next question. Can you give us a quick review of the SuperBlast 2s? Absolutely. I like the color. I like the way they fit. They ever so slightly cut into just behind my little toe on this side, on both sides. So they did give me a tiny little bit of blistering, but I have a feeling that I was just wearing shitty socks. I feel like if I wore better socks, I probably would have been fine. They feel very, 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 very good. They're probably the best shoes that I've ever put on my feet that don't have a carbon plate. Are they worth 330 bucks? I don't know, because, well, I don't know how long they're actually going to last. I mean, I've seen reviews on the internet of them lasting like a long, long time. So hopefully mine do too. I'm going to try and not wear them on trails like I do with all of my other shoes and just keep them for long runs. But so far, so good. They're like a 9.5 out of 10 shoe. Yeah, good shoes. Okay, next question. What are some good track sessions for primarily middle distance? Well, brother, I don't think I've ever done a fully maxed out effort at a middle distance. Okay, I'm the wrong person to be asking that kind of question. You probably need to go to another channel to talk about stuff like that, just like marathon related stuff. I don't know much about the marathon because I've never done one myself. I've never trained for one. I've never had a marathon race, just like I've never had a 400 or a 800 or a 1500 meter race. It's just not something that I've done before. And so for me to give you workout suggestions makes me feel like an imposter. So go to a different channel. But thank you for asking the question. and I appreciate you. You get one free question next week. I'm going to send you a one free question token so that you can re-ask another question if you would like. And yes, how often should I strength train and how much? Well, I like to think that twice a week is pretty good for a runner if all you're doing is trying to maintain the strength that you already have and try and minimize the amount of risk of injury, okay? When you're strength training for running, yes, it is going to make you maybe a bit faster, but what it's actually going to do is maintain the strength that you might be eroding from high amounts of training, okay? I've always found in the past that my strength starts to go down and down and down if I don't do 1 to 2 sessions per week when I'm actually running quite a lot. It just tends to go away, especially in my calves, okay? I need to religiously train my calves all year round to maintain the strength in them. Otherwise, my ankles start to fall apart and I get injured. So 2 sessions per week, I think, is really, really important for most runners, okay? Maybe you can drop down to 1 for the last, 2 months of a specific race training block, but then you got to get straight back on it. If you want to get the most amount out of your strength training, then I think 3 times per week is pretty good, actually. How annoying are these birds, man? Shut up. Jesus. Okay, next question. When can I get that blue hat? Great question. Last week, I absolutely bankrupted myself to order the next 3 different colors of hats. We're going to have a red, an orange, and a light blue, as you saw. They're going to be elite. The design is slightly changing, but generally speaking, they're going to be pretty similar to the black and the white. Welcome 10 is still valid, okay? I'm going to change it in a couple of weeks to something else. So Welcome 10 is still good to go, baby. Let's get it. Once I recoup all my funds from my bank account, we'll be able to throw down another 5 or 6 grand on the racing singlets. I've got the fits. Absolutely chef's kiss. They're so slim fitting and tight, and they don't come up when you're running. I've always hated that. They suck to your body and they feel good. They're not baggy and flappy at the back. That also drives me insane. These are going to be really well fitted racing singlets, and I cannot wait to show you when they come, when I actually order them and have enough money to order them. Then we'll get on top of them. You guys are going to be sick for the later half of this year for your races. It's going to be mad. And no, they're not going to be $400 fucking dollars like some brands out there with singlets, okay? $400 is insane. I don't care if it weighs 5 grams. $400 for a singlet is dumb. Now, this question is actually quite interesting because I've been thinking about this recently myself. So what are your thoughts on the accuracy of heart rate data on Coros watches? I recently swapped over and it's showing that my resting heart rate is 5 to 6 beats per minute. Yeah. Higher than on the Garmin's consistently. I have experienced the same thing. My resting heart rate on my watch at the moment says it's like 43. But when I do the manual test, so on Coros, if you actually go and you press this button and then you can actually manually test your resting heart rate in the mornings before you even get up. And mine is always like 38 beats per minute whenever I test it. But then the next day, if I don't do that manual test, it says it's like 44 or whatever. That doesn't sound right to me. I think there might be some algorithmic problems with that in terms of which number it's actually picking as your resting heart rate, whether it's your absolute lowest when you're sleeping or whether it's like an average of a certain amount of time. I don't really know how they calculate it. It doesn't sound right to me, but at the end of the day, it doesn't actually matter as long as it's accurate to itself and the numbers are relative. So if it always shows that it's 5 beats higher consistently compared to other devices, then you just know that that is what your Coros resting heart rate is, and as long as it stays the same all the time, then you're all good. I don't think that's a big deal, to be honest. I don't really care what my resting heart rate is, really, as long as it's showing that it's getting lower relative to all the other numbers and I'm getting faster. That is all of the questions. See, all of the questions for today. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this. I'm back. I might not upload every day because I've got a lot of stuff going on and my voice can't handle it just yet, but we're posting a lot. We're getting there. Hopefully you guys enjoy. I'll see you guys tomorrow or Wednesday. Bye.